Hi there, welcome to the latest episode of my 10-minute moan. And the topic of this 10-minute moan is Bishop Mariann Budde, who was a woman who upset a few people at Trump's ceremony when he became the 47th president. Now, what's happened is some information has now been made public that this woman who stood there and demanded and pleaded with Trump to show remorse and, a wee bit of leeway towards immigrants and the LGBTQ community, her organisation, which is called the Episcopal Migration Ministry, has received in 2023, which is the last full year that we have information on it, £53 million from the American government for immigration resettlement. So the story is quite bizarre. Connections been made between the condescending lecture that Bishop Mariann Budde gave President Trump on his inauguration day and her church's role in migration programs. But Budde pleaded with the 47th president to show mercy to migrants and the LGBTQ community while Trump and his family sat in the front row at the Washington National Cathedral. But the deliberate jab by the Episcopal Bishop of Washington during the sermon could be characterised, among other things, as a conflict of interest, as a federal contracting arm of the church has now been affected by Trump's funding freeze. The Episcopal Migration Ministries announced it will lay off employees and end its federally funded work, as the Episcopal News Service reported that as one of 10 agencies with federal contracts to resettle refugees on behalf of the State Department, the EMM's work ground to a halt last week when President Trump suspended the refugee program as one of his first acts after taking office in January 20. These department employees have every reason to be angry, frustrated and frightened at the end of this work to which they have devoted their energy in recent years, presiding Bishop Sean Rowe told staff and church leaders in a letter. I'm also grieving the loss of this refugee settlement ministry and the end of this season of our ministry. So it just beggars belief, doesn't it? EMM budget figures for 2020 are not available yet, but in 2023 it earned $53 million from various tax-funded government programs to resettle 3,600 individuals. And an op-ed published in the New York Post pointed out EMM sponsored 6,400 individuals from 48 countries in 2024. So I think it's fair to assume that if they help 3,600 in 2023 and get $53 million, it's fair to assume that they've got probably more than that, maybe closer to $100 million dollars in 2024. The leading nationalities were Afghans under the Special Humanitarian Programme, refugees from the Democratic Republic of Congo, and others in small numbers from 7 distinct special resettlement programmes. Don Barnett, a board member of the Centre of Immigration Studies, noted shrinking hypocrisy of Budde's lecture to Trump while her church advocated for immigrants with federal funds. Unlike everyday immigrants, these are new arrivals receive government assistance and, most importantly, are immediately eligible for all forms of welfare such as Medicaid, cash assistance on the same basis as a US citizen, Barnett wrote. Further, they can immediately sponsor friends and relatives under the recent Biden expansion of the refugee resettlement program, he added. The Office of Refugee Resettlements was projecting 656,000 new arrivals in 2025 who would fall under this care. Clearly, this program is wildly out of control. So there we go. The minister, who many felt her words were from the heart and purely on religious grounds, seems not to be the case. And the $53 million given in 2023 could be a drop in the ocean compared to whatever they eventually took in 2024. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe and the notification bell. Let me know your opinions in the comments below. But most importantly of all, unless you're the type of person who thinks about pounds, shillings and pence before anything else and anybody else, regardless of the knock-on effect to the rest of the people in America, but this amazing amount of refugees they were bringing in. Not you, but
everyone else. Have a great day. Cheerio, bye now.